Well, good evening, guys. It has been a long awaited moment in time for this. I've always wanted an NSW XPT, and that time has come. Came all the way from Australia. Ordered from Australian models, I think. I can't remember the name. Came in a massive Auscision box, and yeah, massive. The box is enormous. We haven't got the one that is on the box. Well, as you can see down here, it's a completely different colour. But yeah, we'll start the review into this absolutely stunning piece of kit. As you can see, really nice. Printed the pictures on the box, and here we have the New South Wales XPT high-speed passenger train. Bit of a love-hate relationship with this train, not myself, but people that have had to live with it for 40 plus years. Obviously it is quite an aging locomotive and stock, so it's not to everyone's cup of tea. It's got first class economy and buffet, and it's got sleeping accommodation on this train. Yeah, so it's obviously knocking on a bit now. 43 years old, 1982. The Comeng XPT entered service in Australia. I'm not going to show you the end of the box because it's going to be difficult to pull it round because it's quite big. This is a DCC sound equipped model, and this is set XPT-6, which consists of Power Car XPT 2004 and 2011, I believe. We'll have to double check that. So out of the box, we've got two power cars out, or the two power cars, and the buffet coach, I think. Yeah, there's the buffet. We aren't going to get all the coaches out. Here is the lovely packaging and instruction packlets. Very well wrapped. Obviously it come all the way from Australia with no damage. So UK manufacturers, obviously they're not produced in the UK, they're all made in China, but take a leaf out of this book, none of their stuff ever turns up damaged, and it is by far superior quality models than any of the British stuff I've purchased. This blows a Hornby HST out of the water. So we'll start with the power car that's not on the track. Just have a look at this one. So it's in the last livery that they are likely to carry, the Countrylink. Obviously they haven't got this on there now, they're completely plain. So yeah, let's just get that to focus. So yeah, this is Power Car 2011, as I thought. Lovely. I mean, I don't even know where to start with these models. The detail and the actual the printing and the painting is by far superior to the English Hornby HST. The model is absolutely stunning. So this one, the one next to us, is already illuminated, so we'll just use this one as example. So we've got headlights up here, ditch lights, and also flash and beacons. When the horn is applied, these two flash. Got obviously red lights when it's going the other way. So if you're listening Hornby, these two models are also powered. They've both got a motor, they're both extremely heavy, so traction is not a problem for this model. So we're not going to go into too much detail. The 43, which is the English offering, as you can see, they're relatively the same. Obviously the XPT is a bit higher. The gauging is different for the track. This is a 187 model. The Horby one is 176. Going into the finely applied details. So we've got lovely separately fitted handrails, amazing bogie detail, lovely printing and grills. We've got the exhaust, various grab irons and handrails. We've got the engine hatch. I'm not sure what these are. We've got 2 lifting eyes. That's probably for the radiator pack. So when they design these, they have a lot larger coolant system than the English HST, obviously to deal with the heat of being in the outback, well not the outback, but you know, being in a very hot climate. The original Paxman Valenta engine did struggle with heat. It struggled in England, and England's cold, so I'd hate to think that obviously the coolant packs had to be upgraded in these to withstand the extreme heat. So we move round to the back, very similar to a 43 again. We've got some more details fitted up here, more finely detailed handrails and step. All the pipewares attached, which I do like on these. And a really nice touch that I really do like is the gangway. The gangway is sprung, and obviously because it's got knuckle couplers, very close coupling. I just think that's a really nice touch. That is sprung. And that's amazing. I love that. So yeah, that's that power car. So we'll move around to 2004. Excuse me. Both exactly the same. Both with no defects. And yeah, so one of the major differences between the 43 is these cab windows. The window is much bigger at the side. I have seen an internal cab photo standing in one of these, and the visibility is much better than the 43. The 43 does have quite a wide pillar here, so the visibility is quite good. And they also differ with this rail down here. On the early ones, when they were first released, they didn't have this. They had like 2 bars here. They just like knock stuff off the track. Obviously a 43 doesn't have that, and then later they converted it to this type. So we'll just look through the information. Just bear me a moment. Okay, so this is the paperwork. So HO scale, XP locomotive instructions. Okay, so state of the art 5-bolt screw wound motor designed specifically for Auscision models. Twin brass flywheels, all-wheel drive and electrical pickup, metal and plastic handrails, see-through metal etched grills, detailed cabin interior with painted driver figure. There is a driver's figure in each end. Operating red and white mark lights, operating headlights, ditch lights, flash and strobe lights. 3 micro switches on the chassis to operate the lights on DC. Obviously we don't need that. We've got RP25 black and metal wheels, scale size metal knuckle coupler with knuckle spring, factory painted and decorated with laser sharp printing. Not wrong there. Brass air horns, etched brass windscreen wipers, very finely detailed. That's the other thing I meant to mention, is the handrail above the windscreen, so finely applied. Sorry, I'm a bit shaky. Amazing detail. We've then got DCC ready with 21-pin socket. Obviously, this one isn't. It's DCC sound ready with Auscision. Van der Sound classic speaker enclosure for ease of fitting the sound on the DC version. Will operate on code 70, 83 and 100 rail. Sound features: it's that Paxman V12 engine startup, idle, running and shut down. Air horns, compressor, brake squealing, coupler, station announcements, radiator cooling fans and flange squeal. These are all the functions. The only thing I don't really like is speed step 1 to 6. When the engine's on, there's flange squeal when pulling away. Yeah, that's okay, but when it's on a straight piece of track, it's not really necessary. But obviously, they felt the need to have this option on the model. So we'll just go with a startup. We'll move it back and forth a couple of times, and then we'll take that lovely coach on the back. Function 8 for a start. Have a quick look over the coach while we're here. Lovely close coupling. Flange square. And just about see the red lights. Bring it back forward again so we can have a look at the coach. Just shut the engine down. Sorry, about to go off a minute. So the coach, very different to the Mark IIIs that are in the UK. Interior wise, they're very similar, but the actual outside styling is of a Bud coach, Bud 85 as they call it from the States. In real life, these are very shiny. You know, they've got like that chrome effect look to them. Probably not so much now because they're getting on a bit. Yeah, so this is the buffet coach, which is in this area. This train serves quite a lot of cooked food and, you know, snacks for this long journey. It's you will be on this train a very long time. Obviously you can only do 100 mile an hour, I believe, where the English one does 125. So it does take a considerable amount of time for this train to do its journey. I think it's something like 14 hours. So as much as people complain about how slow it is and uncomfortable and the coaches are creaking, a lot of people still enjoy it and they still use the service 42 years on. So I think they've stood their time, and should cut them a little bit of slack. But yeah, this is I'm not going to go into too much more detail, but we've got the coaches are just as nice as the locomotives. Nice tinted windows. The coaches don't illuminate, no interior lighting, but I'm sure you could fit it if you really wanted to. Again, all the pipework is already pre-applied, and you got more lovely sprung gangways. I don't know if you see it when it pulled away, but as you can see, you've got really nice, if it's pushing, which they will be because both are powered, you've got really nice close coupling there, and even as it's negotiating curves and points, pushing, the gangways are sprung so it shouldn't ever derail. But yeah, well, this is my take on the Auscision XPT. I am thrilled with it, absolutely love it. I'm really tempted to buy another one, but the import VAT is a killer, which is a shame really, 270 quid. But the model itself is about £800, which is a lot of money, but you do get 2 power cars that are powered. Actually no, I think that's less than that, because I'll let you into a little secret. I have bought a 3rd power car as a special edition one, so I will be reviewing that at a later date. So it should have been less. I think it's about 700, might even been less. I need to work it out. With delivery it was just under £1,000. Yeah. So you get 2 powered locomotives and 5 coaches, highly detailed. You can, in the UK, two 43s with sound decoders. One's only powered. You're looking at 400 quid DCC sound, and then 11 coaches. It's about 300 quid. 7 or 8 coaches, 250, £300, 700. And there's much more detail here. I know I'd rather be spending the money on, and I most certainly would sell all my HSTs to have another one of these, which is probably what I'm going to do. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, this is my review of the Auscision XPT, and it most certainly get the thumbs up from me. It's amazing, and I hope to get another one because I'm really impressed. Thanks for watching, and good night. Stay tuned for the other XP locomotive review, which will be coming up very soon.